This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're at the Park Plaza, Westminster. We had the press conference yesterday. Now it's the media day. Usyk Fury 2, the rematch. Delighted to be joined by Mcgregor. Lee, how are you, first of all?
Yep, all good, mate. Last bit of media to be done, and then home time, and that's when the hard work really begins.
Is this it for you now? Like media-wise, just locked straight in, shut all the doors, and get in camp, proper work?
Yeah, there'll obviously be bits and bobs over the coming weeks and a couple of weeks out from the fight. But in terms of like lock in and not having to travel and stuff, yeah, this is the last of it, I hope. And yeah, back in the gym tomorrow, and yeah, just get to work, man.
Talk about opportunities, big fights. We know this fight has kind of been wanted for a very, very long time. It's been planned for a long time, but it's every kind of fighter's plan, dream, if you like, to get on one of these Saudi cards, and they don't get much bigger than this when it comes to Riyadh season, when it comes to the unified heavyweight championship of the world between Fury and Usyk. It's massive, isn't it?
Yep, huge, mate. We'll be fighting a year on from when we were first supposed to, so it's been a long time coming. And like I said, it's fortunately for the both of us, it's landed on this huge card and life-changing. For the both of us, I feel like the winner goes on to big things, and it's a chance for both of us. But one I'm fully confident in taking and making a statement in.
Was it important for you to kind of get closure on an Isaac Lowe chapter? Because it is a big fight, as you say, it will be in almost a year on. Or was it just about big fight, big opportunity?
Yeah, big fight, big opportunity. Obviously, Isaac, the history is there from was obviously supposed to fight, and a little bit of needle from when I went down to Bolton and promoted the new date that never ever happened. So yeah, but big fights for me, and I said that and said previously in interviews. I've been working away in the background myself, you know, just obviously with my team and coaches and that, but in terms of like making things happen, and you know, I had 2 fights back home. Wasn't much publicity about them. It was decent enough shows, but I feel like it was just what I needed. And then after them fights, it gave me momentum back that I needed. And then I thought to myself, like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching all these big cards and these big fights, and I believe that I'm at that level, and I believe I can compete and beat these guys. But me being the guy I am, I'm respectful. You know, I get on with everybody in boxing. I thought, I need to start making it heard that I'm willing and I'm ready to fight any of yous. And I started doing that. And there we are. We had a few fights being spoken about with my manager Lee. The Isaac one was always getting mentioned. But again, it was just, he went missing a little bit this year. As far as I was aware, Wasserman had agreed and it was contracted that we were going to fight. He was then fought on the first Fury Usyk against somebody that's not kind of on the level that I am. And I don't know if he was just sort of going down that route where this is comfortable. You know, I'm getting a fight on the back of Tyson and on big events and getting to beat people up, beat little guys up. And that's when I've said, you know what, like if you want a real fight, I'm here. We were supposed to fight. Let's get on, and fair play to him. He stepped up. I've stepped up, and the best man will win.
After suffering the defeat last year, as you say, you've gone away, had 2 fights, not much publicity, unless you're a hardcore boxing fan. I think it'd be fair to say, certainly from an English perspective, they might not have even known you was fighting. Was it important for you to kind of go away and then announce yourself on a big stage like this as a new and improved Lee Mcgregor, this next chapter of your career, which will lead to inevitable titles if you keep winning?
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's like, yeah, it was frustrating times, really, really, really frustrating. And there was times when I was questioning myself, and I can easily sit here and say, yeah, I believed I was going to get this shot, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't. But something was making me carry on. Something was making me keep going. Brutally honest, probably my little girl, you know, my daughter. That's my pride and joy. You know, everything I do is for her. I've got one more box to be ticked, and I'll have done everything in boxing that I dreamed about as a kid. British, Commonwealth, European, World Champion. And this fight in December is a huge step towards that. I think the 2 fights, like you said, back home, building away in the background, getting my momentum back was exactly what I needed. And it was tough, horrible times, but again, experience gained. Like previous, you think back to COVID, lockdown, I never eventually got to challenge for the European title until the 4th rescheduled date. I had 3 cancelled dates. It was meant to be November 21, I think. Didn't happen till March 23. And I know for a fact the progress, everything I learned about myself in the lead up to that eventual 4th date, I would never ever have done the job that I'd done in that fight, in a round 1 demolition job. It basically was, yeah. Everybody was talking about it. If that had went ahead on the first original date, there's no chance that would have happened. Same goes for this. If I had fought Isaac December last year, I won't do the job that I'm going to do this December. So I'm excited, and I'm ready to show that I'm back.
When you did do that 1-round knockout performance, everyone was talking about you as kind of world champion to be. It was kind of a case of when, not if. Do you feel like you need a performance like that on December 21st to get that buzz around you going, or is it purely about the win?
Both. It's winning's all that matters, but again, people say to me, you put too much pressure on yourself, you do this, but it's just, I know how good I am. People, the real boxing people, know how good I am as well. But this is my chance to prove it to like you say, the largest audience. That's crazy, the numbers that's going to be watching this. So it's a huge opportunity for me, and I'm going to do it. I am. I'm so confident, and I know me being myself, being in the right headspace physically. I'm in a great place already, and we've still got 8 weeks. But this is only because experience from previous. There's been so many downs, so many ups, but it's all part of the plan. It's all going to be part of the story, and this is the next chapter. And I feel like this is going to be the best one yet. I'm still only 27, and to have experienced what I have at this young age, I still got many years ahead of me, and these are going to be the best ones yet. I'm just coming into my prime.
We spoke to Tyson Fury yesterday and asked him out the card that has kind of been put together. Obviously, you've got Moses Atalma, Dempsey McKean, Madrimov, Bakachuk, Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen, but he said no. The pick of the card is Isaac Lowe, Lee McGregor. He said it's a proper fight. It's going to steal the show. Very, very evenly matched. He said if he's a bit gutted that he's got to fight after, so he can't be ringside to watch it. So look, if the big GK saying that, he's kind of putting a bit of pressure on you two to deliver, but that just shows the level of this fight, and it is going to be a proper scrap because we know what we get from both of you.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's good to hear. And obviously Tyson, like I just said there as well, real boxing people know how good I am. He's seen me fight, and I went down Manchester a few years ago, very early on in my career. I think I was maybe four fights in or something, and I sparred Isaac. Isaac was probably round about where I am now in my pro career in terms of experience, maybe even a little bit more experienced. And it was just a 6-round spar. Tyson was there, he watched it, he was giving it, he was winding it up, making it, getting it interesting. But all it was good 6-round spar, both tough, like you just said, we're both fighters, decent spar. And I seen that he posted the photo from that spar last week or the other week there. Wonder what happened in the spar, as if he was like insinuating that he beat me up or something. All it was decent spar. An inexperienced kid going to spar a more experienced pro and gave a good account of himself, done more than hold his own. But December he'll see a complete different Lee McGregor, and I think he's going to be shocked, but excited, and yeah, just gonna go in there and leave it all in the ring, and I firmly believe that'll be enough.
Last one. What do you actually think of Isaac Lowe? Because we see you had that little back and forth yesterday on camera, which was very entertaining, just about right. And yeah, so what do you think of Isaac Lowe as a man and a fighter?
he's a good fighter. You know, he's proved himself. He's lost twice at the top level, and he was doing all right in them fights. You know, he won rounds and was riding the storm a little bit in both of them. But I think this is all just for show. The camera, and deep down, I think I know the respect's here. I know he knows that he's in for a real fight, and I know he knows he's up against it. But he's got to act a tough man, hasn't he? He's part of Team Fury, and he's the sort of... I've got here, because I feel like, because of my talent and because of how good a fighter I am. I feel like he's kind of gotten here because of Tyson. But at the same time, he can fight. You know, he's tough, and he's a very well-seasoned professional. I feel like he's above British level, probably European, maybe French, so we'll see. But me dealing with him the way I should be, I think will announce myself and where I belong. You know, I'm just off the back of sparring with Nick Ball, who I've got lots of time for. Great guy, great person, great team. But and he's, in my opinion, the #1 featherweight on the planet, and I believe that's the level I belong at. And beating Isaac in style was a huge step.